at the worst of times, I would get a midnight email from Kathy asking me if I'm okay. And, she then would go on and organize whatever, something surprising, something shocking, something I never would have thought. So that's what happens when communities come together. Ideas blossom and good is done. So one story, when I was a young reporter at CNN, and when a reporter comes in to Bigfoot you off a story, Bigfoot means, right? So I was a young reporter, so a more senior reporter would come in and they would come in and take over the story. Well, the guys who always did it had one thing in common. They all talked about Mizzou. And I was like, what is that? It's like this first journalism school. And so I was like, okay, I was never part of the club, so yay, thank you. Thanks. I'll be serious. The biggest battle we face today is impunity. It is global. You're living through it. And whether it is in the physical world, where we have wars in Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, or the virtual world, where you have, all sorts of scrapers coming to every news site that is taking your content with impunity for generative AI. It's the same thing, right? Where also in the virtual world, that thing that everything physical has to move into the virtual world. And that's in the utter domain of of for-profit companies that have taken our data and can literally hack our biology to change the way we feel, the way we act, and the way we vote, right? So the connection between both worlds, the physical and the virtual world, it's one and the same. There's only one of us living in both worlds. And this is what we need to fight, that impunity. And if you look at it, the tactics that are used by the dictators in those wars and the CEOs of these companies, they're very, very similar. Because online violence is real-world violence. To fight this, we need what your journalism school offers. We need information integrity. And those two words, we never actually had to put them together. We need to be able to tell fact from fiction. I became a journalist because information is power. That's why journalists become journalists, right? We have a set of standards and ethics, but around 2014, an atom bomb exploded in our world, in our virtual world. And it didn't have the same impact as Hiroshima in 1945, which completely changed the world, right? Because the casualties are clear. But the casualties of this atom bomb in our virtual world, it takes a casualty every day. Real-world violence, this is the deadliest period for journalists in recorded history. More than 240 journalists killed in Gaza alone. That's more than died in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and the former Yugoslavia combined. This is unprecedented. Journalists are being targeted and killed. There must be accountability. Okay, not to throw off the journalist students in the room, because there is no better time to be a journalist. And I am so glad to have been here with you today because, gotta say, your energy is food for us, right? Look, I am really an optimist, and for the last few months, I've been grappling with how to call this moment that we're living through. Is it an information Armageddon? Or is it an information apocalypse? Because I'm an optimist, I chose information apocalypse, right? Because an Armageddon, the battle's lost, it's over, it's the end of the world. But an information Armageddon, the battle is now. This is the fight, and it is a battle for facts, for truth, for trust, for agency. It is a battle for the values and the future you want. This is your battle. It's our battle. And frankly, where America goes, the world will go. So that's our challenge. Dear new journalism graduates, thank you. Thank you for being there. And what an honor to be here with you tonight. Thank you.